guys, welcome back to the Bolham family channel. Thank you for joining us if you're new. We've had a lot of new subscribers recently, and for all of you that were already subscribed, thank you for popping by again. We love all of you. We've been enjoying our comments, so much so we're getting a bit behind with them actually. But today's video is a tutorial. Now when I say tutorial, it's more of a, I've decided to do a video because I want to remember how I did something. So for those of you that don't know, I do have memory issues down to physical health. I'm not very good with remembering things, and so the other day when somebody asked me how I achieved this look because I'd worn it a couple of days running, I thought it would be a great idea to do it on camera so I can save it and look back on it, and then if any of you wanted to try and recreate it at all, you probably do a better job than I have. If you wanted to give it a go, then that's great if you've got the same palette. If you want to fiddle around with some other palettes you've got with similar colours in, then why not go for it? But I thoroughly enjoy this look, and somebody complimented me and told me how lovely it looked. So the palette I used is this one. It's the BH Cosmetics Glam Reflection Gilded palette, and I think it actually cost about $15.99 from the BH Cosmetics website. I do know that they sell some BH Cosmetics products in the UK, but I think this is only available in America currently. So if you're in America, why not get your hands on it? If you're not, I don't know if you'd get customs on this. I think if you only ordered this, you might just escape the customs. But I will probably link this product down below for you to go and check it out if you really do want to buy it. I'll give you a quick look. The shades don't have names. It has a lovely big mirror, as you can see, and then if I hold it up this way, it's not so distracting. That is the shades in this palette. So we do use, how many did we use? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We use 6 shades in this palette to create the look I've got today. So if you would like to see how I've done it, then please keep watching. So what I shall do is I shall pull you into my dressing table, as I have been doing with a lot of videos recently, so that you can be looking into that big white mirror behind me. I will talk through what I'm doing, and then I will come and sit back and show you how I got on and how I achieved this look right at the very end. Thank you for watching, hope you enjoy. So I'm sat in front of my mirror, as I would have mentioned. I do have a mirror down here, and you will find I will look down here most of the time. I shall show you what colours I am using and what I shall be doing with them, just so that you can follow if you want to. Obviously you don't have to. You may have a palette that's similar or some colours in other eyeshadow palettes that you could use. So yeah, it doesn't need to be this palette, but if you want to create a look like this, then why not? So I'm just going to brush my fringe to the side. So I have got all of my brushes out ready, lined up, and I've got my palette to hand. So if we just take a look at this palette, we are going to put this colour here, which is like a darkened, slightly mustardy coloured yellow, into my crease, and I'm going to build it up quite a bit because I want it to be quite bold. So I'm going to start out by putting that into my crease with a big fluffy brush. I'm actually currently using a Spectrum B06 for my crease brush. So yeah, so all we're doing is we're going to put plenty of this lovely shade of yellow into the crease. Now what I do here is I bring it up higher because I've got hooded eyes, so I'm going to be pushing it just above where the crease is, right, you know, like if you was going up into it. What I do is I then push some colour in, and then I will blend it out. That's my kind of way of doing it. I know it's not the correct way, but let's move this mirror here. It may not be the correct way, but this is something that suits me. This is something I like to do. I'm not a makeup artist. You're not gonna get like makeup artist style looks watching my videos, but it will help me remember something that I really like. It doesn't have to be perfect, you know, guys. Okay, so I'm just going to do the same on the other eye. As you can see, it's built up quite a lot. Let's bring this mirror closer. You want to make sure that both eyes look quite even, actually. You don't want one eye to be darker in colour than the other. Blending is very key, so you must make sure you blend plenty. So I'm going to use this terracotta style sort of peachy, dark peachy shade, and I'm going to be putting that into my crease but lower down, so not exactly where you've just put that yellow, but it's going to be lower down. We're going to use the same blending brush we've just been using, and we're going to apply it actually in the crease and slightly further down onto the lid. Okay, so yeah. It'll almost look like a sunset sort of effect when you've finished. So like I say, what you're doing really is, because it's lower, it's kind of blending into the lower part of what you've just done, into the crease and slightly onto the lid. Packing on lots of colour so that it looks quite bold. And when I say packing, what I mean is I'm kind of patting it on first where I want it and then I blend it. That's just the technique that I use and find really useful. Once again, just make sure that both eyes are even, they look the same. Always double check, because you don't want it to look silly in any way. Okay, so once you have done that, I don't know, you can probably see that we have now, you can see the yellow up the top and the orange underneath. So next up we are going to use this shade here. It's like a mid-brown shade, more of a warmer brown. We're going to have to use a smaller blending brush this time. Okay, so not the same brush you've used with the first two colours, it will be a smaller blending brush this time, and my one is it's a Luxe 201 that I'm using, and I think I must have had this from a subscription box because I don't really recall it. So all we're going to do is we're going to gently put some on the outer corner of our eye and into the crease very slightly, okay? What we are attempting to do now is darken up the corner. So we are just blending it into the outer corner of the eyelid and crease. And when you're happy with how it looks, then move on to the other eye and do exactly the same. Okay, and next up we are then going to just darken up even just a very small dab in that corner and blend it out. We are going to then use this dark, really dark shade of brown here, like a coffee sort of colour. We are going to put right in the corner there, just a tiny dab, and blend it. Okay, so we're only going to use a small amount of this, whereas we've been a bit heavy-handed with colour up until now. We're now just going to use, we're now just going to use a tiny amount in the corner and blend it. Just make sure that you don't dip your brush in too heavy. You can do a little at a time and build it up. We don't want it to be too dark, but we definitely want to darken up the outer corner. Right, and then we need to do the same with the other eye. So the outer corners of my eyes are much darker now, and I've blended inwards and a little way into the crease. So probably about, I suppose I've probably blended the darker shade halfway into my crease. Okay, so then what we need to do is connect it to our lower lash line. So what I did with that first up before was I went back in with the yellow we started out with, this mustardy yellow colour, and just lightly put some of that shade along the lower lash line, connecting it up to the outer corner. And then after that, we're then going to take the like warm terracotta colour halfway along the lower lash line.
Try not to be too heavy-handed though. So you're only going halfway along. Okay.
And then lastly, we are going to take this darker brown here, like the mid-warm brown, and we're going to take that probably just about a third of the way along. Okay, and last but not least, with this eye look, we are going to use a flat brush. And we're not going to be blending this colour, we are going to be packing it on. Now some people like to put concealer down first, but this shade is so pigmented we don't need to do that first. But we are going to be using this gorgeous up here bright yellow gold shimmer or metallic shade here. And we are going to pack this just all across the lid. So you're just going to kind of dab it on, load your brush up, and then just dab it on from the inner corner. So we don't want to do the full lid, we're not taking it right the way up to the crease, we're just doing the lower lid. Okay, so what we have done is we have done the lid just below the crease, and we've taken it to where all of the darker shading is in the corner of the eye. We've packed it on, we don't blend that. What we will do is take a very different fluffy brush just to tidy up the edges and kind of blend it all in together. We're also going to just run it along the lash line just to blend that all together. Now, if you haven't used tape to just put across here just to keep it tidy, you can use, this is a tip I picked up from somebody I watch called Nikki Pearson. You can just use a cotton bud and just drag it upwards. I turn it as I'm going just to tidy it up. Right, okay, and then once you've done that, the last thing to do is just to put some highlight in the inner corner. There is a bit of kickback on that gold shade actually, but we're going to go with this light gold shade in the corner here. And I'm going to do this with my finger. I'll just dab it on the inner corner, so in here. Okay, so that's the finished look. I'm going to put some black eyeliner on my waterline and some mascara, and I will come in close for you to take a look. See you soon. Right guys, so that is the finished eye look. I'll come in closer just so that you can have a better look. I'm not putting lipstick on because I've currently got a cracked lip, and I've just filmed another video which is one of my rainbow series videos. You've probably just seen it actually. If you haven't, I'll link it for you to go and check out. But this is what my eye look looks like. What did you think? Did you like it? Did you enjoy trying it? Do you think you'll give it a go if you haven't already? Please give me a big thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all again soon. Thank you for watching guys. Goodbye.